Look at those issues in more depth now. Joining me is Rosalie Nelson, the model who gave evidence to MPs today. And also with me is fashion journalist and TV presenter Karen Franklin. Good evening to you both. Rosie, how are you feeling about this that's happened today? Are you feeling optimistic now?
Yeah, I feel really positive about it all. Everyone was really supportive in what I was saying, and it was really good to have the opinions of other people like industry workers and other models there talking about their experiences in the agency and what they think are the faults of the industry and what needs to be improved on.
Is it our problem here, Karen? Because we see that, legislation has been passed in France where they're sort of measuring models on their BMI, and if they have a low BMI, they're not being used. Are we a bit behind the curve here?
Well, I think as Dr. Ellie Cannon pointed out today, the BMI is not a magic wand, and that there are many young women who could completely go under the radar because of their unhealthy eating habits and the way their body's responding to those. Early osteoporosis is something that a BMI isn't going to measure. So it's much more complicated than that.
It is, isn't it, Rosie? Because by the same token, you don't want to shame young girls and women who are naturally very slim and tall.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a size 6 or a size 8. It's just the fact that the industry is pressuring girls to lose weight to the point where they're not healthy anymore. So there's, like, a girl can be a size 6 or 8 and be completely healthy. That's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It's just the fact that the agencies are pressuring girls to be thinner against their will almost, just to feed them this idea that they're going to be a glamorous model, when in reality they're hurting their bodies when they're still starting to grow as well.
So what do you think the sort of solution could be to this?
I think it needs to be a mixture of designers, casting directors and agencies realising that the industry needs to change. The public want to see healthier women on the catwalk and throughout the whole industry. And just that there should be more of a health focus. Like, models should be getting health checks to show that they're actually healthy and happy as well. Yeah,
talking about being healthy and happy, what was going through your mind when you were at that state where, we saw you in a picture before, you're obviously trying to get down to, well, being slim to the bone. What was it like for you?
It was a horrible time. I didn't feel good about my body whatsoever. I was being told that I looked sick, I didn't look well, I didn't have a motivation to get up in the morning, I didn't feel like I wanted to continue doing it, but it was just that I thought that this agency would get me a good career if I just pushed myself hard enough.
Karen, it's not uncommon, is it?
No, and I think one of the things the fashion industry has to recognise is practice has changed. Fashion shows used to take place trade to trade in a small area. Now they've become massive entertainment. Big brands are broadcasting their catwalk shows, not just as a huge piece of advertising, but also as a consumer enticement to pre-order. And they've yet to catch up with the thing that psychologists have been saying for a long time, mental health experts, that this normalisation of promotion of this one unachievable body ideal, that we understand is not even comes as a result of models naturally fitting that form. Affects the mental health and well-being of young women everywhere.
But there is an element of uniformity that the designers want, regardless of body shape and size. They want them to be the same, don't they?
There are some very successful designers who do not want that, who work with dancers, who work with average body size, who work with older models. So, for instance, Rick Owens is currently making a statement about the importance of dressing the body, and you can see that on his catwalk promotions. What I think I'd like to do is be empathic for a little bit, with, sympathetic to the fashion industry. I don't think there are people in the fashion industry who want to undermine young mental health and body image, but there's a format that they're stuck in and they do not know how to progress it.
And Rosie, you are still in the fashion industry, you're still modelling. How's that going?
It's going well. Just the usual kind of thing. Since I came here to London, I haven't been doing the same kind of work that I would do with a big agency. But the big agencies are the ones that told me I was too fat. So I've been doing smaller jobs, just around London, new brands and stuff. The companies that I like working with because they promote my healthy body rather than ask for a super skinny girl.
Good to hear it. Rosie, Karen, thank you both very much indeed.